What's going on, family? Your welding coach, Joe Brown, aka Black Phoenix, checking in. And today we got a 3/8 coupon. And our goal is to knock this out and kind of give you a couple tips. So that way you can kind of understand the process. So I'm gonna try to finish this whole thing out right now. So that way you can be able to see everything that's going. Hopefully we have enough time. Should take me about 20 minutes to do this, if not a little bit more. But we're gonna, I'm gonna have him come closer so as I'm welding, you can literally see the technique and what I'm doing and how to lay this. This is a 3/8 coupon. We got about 90 amps on it. And we're using a 3/32 rod. So the goal is, first is to do your root pass, and you wanna make sure you hit the side walls. You literally want to make sure you hit them, but not just doing this with the rod. You want to kind of bend the rod so that the arc, so that the tip of the rod is pointed towards one side of the gap and it is towards the other. Don't just move the rod where the rod hit one side of the metal and then the arc is still on the other side. That makes sense what I'm trying to say? Because you can do it like this, but your arc can still be on the left, even though you're on the right. So you really want to control, manipulate the rod to make sure you're not doing that. So, you ready? Let's dive into this, man. It should take me 2 rods. It should take me 2 rods to do this root pass. I'm gonna start on the bottom of the back strip and I'm gonna finish at the top. Ready?
Yeah.
Keep it real tight. All you want to hear is bacon. Don't rush. And just remember, it's just like you've been running beads. The only thing you're doing is slightly moving the arc from one side to the other to make sure you tying in that backing strip to both of those coupons. Now, once you start getting closer to the numbers, it's gonna start burning funny. Start burning fast. Don't rush it. Pull out of it. Look at that. I got about down to the numbers, and the rod started getting hot too. So as the rod turned red, normally once it get down around here, get the burning fast. You just dive out of it, fam. That's the best thing to do. Just dive out of it, and then clean the top of it. Now, for the sake of time, I'm only going to clean it once I'm done with the whole thing. So all I'm going to do is just clean the tip of it, where I'm going to be welding it again, so that way we can continue it. And then once I get the bead done, we'll clean the whole thing out so we can look at it and see how it goes. But literally watch how I'm moving side to side. Now, when you get ready to do your tie-in, don't go too far up. I say go about a 1/4 inch above where your crater is. Slide down until you get to the top of your crater. Then go to one side, your right, then to your left. Now, when you're doing a regular tie-in on a regular bead, you'll come down and you'll do a little swoop or a little circle, and then you'll keep going. This is a little different. You got to come down, get to the crown, do your swoop at the bottom, and then go straight to your right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep that process going. Remember, you got to make the rod do what you want it to do. You control the rod, it don't control you. But you literally got to make it move. Sometimes that arc want to stay on one side, and you got to move it. Like I got right up here, I'm almost gone, so I'm just keeping it. Because I'm at the top, exactly where they going to be cutting it anyway, so I just brought it all the way up. But always remember, you force that rod and make it do what you want it to do. And I think you'll be okay, fam. Clean this out, but let it cool down. Always let it cool, just for future references. Always allow it to cool, fam. Always allow it to cool. Get that redness out of it. And what it'll do is, it'll keep from any type of pinholes and stuff like that getting in there. Now, if you notice how easy that was to knock that slag off, that was the evidence that I was tying in right. Because if you move too quick, it'll hold that slag when you got to beat it out. But if you tie in right, it'll push that slag out and just make it fall. So just keep that in mind. It'll be easy for you. Need to take this right here all the way off, but let me get a good tie-in. Check out the sides. Ain't nothing on the side, and literally you just allow it to fill in. And as you see, it didn't take me that long to do that. All right, step back some so I can see it on this side. See, I ain't got no trash. Now, I just noticed a piece way up here at the top, just a piece of trash right up here. That ain't even gonna matter because that's getting cut out anyway, but I'm gonna act like it does. So I just act like everything is gonna be and I just do everything the proper way regardless if I know it's gonna get cut out or not. So now, my goal is to run my hot pass. So the purpose of the hot pass is to fix anything that may went wrong on here, but it also helps you build the coupon out some, so that way you got less filler passes to do. So we're gonna put this one in there, and this should bring the plate out where it eliminate me having a whole lot of passes. Now keep this in mind also. You can move a little faster with this than you did the previous one, unless you got some spots, some voids or something. If you got some voids, then what you want to do, you want to slow and make sure you fill in them voids. Other than that, though, I think it'll be good. All right, let's go. The purpose of me doing this video is to literally give you some real time and some real steps on how to pass this test. That way we can enter into a dialogue. If you got any questions while I'm doing this, if I can answer the questions. And see, I always form a habit of getting it down to the numbers. And I got a little bit further with that rod like I said I would. But my goal was to fill the plate in. So I didn't want to go too fast and still have a lot of passes to run. So one cool thing about welding it inside of this stand, so you see how thick this is? When we welding inside of this test plate, this stand sucks up a lot of the heat. So if you was regular on the booth and we was welding it, the plate pretty much get all the heat. But by putting it in here and doing it, it helps suck up some of that heat, so it don't take as long. Get it? So it won't suck that heat up and have it like that drip at the top. It'll kind of help you eliminate it some. It won't be as bad. if by not having it in here though. But you don't have to test in here, but it does help though with the heat though. I can't say that because I don't see the heat tends to kind of equally divide itself from these big old, I don't know, some type of C-clamp flanges, like, but they work real good. I think they're like about an inch thick though. But it sucks up a lot of that heat though when you test them. So what we got? All right, let's dive into it. And remember, we're doing the same thing. Now, if you got to, use your finger like this, because you can use your finger striking it and then slowly put your hand back like this. If you got to, if you like got a shaky hand. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Remember, you control the rod. I was yeah, I was thinking, I said, that might not be my fault. He just stopped. I don't know who that was, fella, but it wasn't important. Whoever it was. It wasn't important. It probably was spam anyway. Nobody called me. Did I have a name on that number? It didn't.
Spam.
It did. Don't nobody call that number but students. Or unless somebody trying to sign up. So it's pretty much let it cool down, fam. As you see, we knocked this one layer out, so we pretty much got it built up pretty good like we want it. Popped off real easy again. Let me clean it. I need to really take this deal off. It's kind of hard to clean with this thing on here. See what we get. Turned out pretty good, fam. Now come check this out, Kyla. Let me show you something, because it made me think about what you did. By me making sure that I stayed in the center, that whole deal is in the center in it. Mm-hmm. But I literally, like, I seen the art trying to slip over here. I had to force it, so you gonna have to make it do it, but you can still turn it out well in this thing. So now all we doing is running string of beads on out. No more weaves or nothing. Now you can. I have seen people that'll do one more, just so they can have a less string of bead to run. Mm-hmm. Now you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend it. Mm-hmm. I would recommend just doing two, or you can just do that one and string of beads all the way out. Yeah. So you can do your hot pass, your root, and then string it all the way out, or do your hot. Your root and your hot, and then start stringing it all out. Now we running stringers. So now you want to get to the point where you literally don't go fast. You want to form a decent bead, but you don't want to have a tie-in. So with this one, you really have to get your travel speed down, or you'll put a little extra work in for yourself. So just try to start at the bottom and finish at the top. That's the goal. Start at the bottom, finish at the top. As you traveling up those side walls, pay attention to the side. You don't want to eat off your straight edge. You want to keep that straight edge there. And with this one, I had to slow down at the bottom, so I'm gonna have to pull out right here. I almost made it at the top, but I had to slow down at the bottom. So to keep your bottom from getting a gap in it, and if you see it and you get to going and you see that bottom is a little bit low, then sit there for a second and allow that bottom to fill in, and then come back and go and tie in. So the only reason I got to tie in right here is because I had to go slow.
Is that what you was telling me down?
Yes, but I was telling you, trying to tell you, say, hey, when you get that bottom, go slower, and I let it fill in, then I went back to my regular speed. So that way I ain't got to fall back and put
So will I have to do that on that second run, or just?
Probably on the second run, to slow down.
To fill it in?
To fill it in, yeah.
Okay.
Slow down on your second run. So when you get to your second run, you want to slow down so that way you can get up in there.
Okay.
So that's the main thing. What's up with it, fam? What's up? And as you see, it pretty much eased it on out. We're gonna let it cool and show you the time. But see, right where I actually had to do the tie-in is pretty much in that zone where they cutting it out anyway. But I knew I was gonna be able to put a good one because I didn't want to extra. You gotta think, here on out, the main thing you wanna do is keep it tight, because now all you're doing is filling it up. You're not already connected to welds. So pretty much, these 3 plates are already 1 plate. After you do your root pass, 3 plates are already wrong. That's what you want. That's the main goal of that. And then the rest of it, you're just filling it in. You know, so, but the main important one is that first one that you did, that you killed it all. That root pass is very important. If your instructor or CWI, if he step out and he can see that the root pass is good, you pretty much good. They ain't gonna, you can be like, all right. You know what I mean? You'll be like, all right, just keep going what you're doing. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? But if that root pass is messed up, that's what'll stop you. All right, you ready? Yeah. And I'm literally watching the side and watching it fill in to make sure I ain't going too fast or too slow. So it's kind of like driving. You know how that double yellow line, they get you before you get to the other person? It's literally the same way. I'm just watching it. If I get too close to that line, I'll speed up and get straight again. But I don't want to get over there, because if I get too far, I'm hitting ongoing traffic. So I went right past where the other one was. And if you're looking at it, you can kind of tell as it's filled in. Trying to think which one of those booths got flux core in them. I think that booth right there. Look at, open it up on the side.
Hey, bro, a unicorn is not the word. You need to say like a minority times 50.
Oh, what?
I'm the only black man, bro, in the whole, man, Jesus Christ. They got some vatos, it's me and a vato, and a bunch of white boys.
And that's it.
That's it, man.
But I told you it's gonna be like that a lot.
Hey, it.
And where you at? You at Apco?
Yeah, there's a white guy that's older than me. He got me about like a year and a half, but he's done, brazing though. So he had a little bit more experience, because he's at least done brazing or whatever. But outside of that, everybody else under 30.
Everybody on the same, okay.
Yeah, because it's a class. You know, we are what you call apprentices.
Apprentice. Now, show you something. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 passes. And you see where I'm at? How full it is? Now down here it's still a little bit of hair. You see that? So I'm gonna cheat that because up here I'm pretty much full. Down here is still just a hair low. So I'm gonna show y'all how y'all do that, how you fix that. You don't have to run whole beads because if you run whole beads, you're gonna have too much on the plate. So I'm gonna show you what you do. That's how you fix that. Because it happens. I don't know why. I don't know why that does that, but every plate I do going uphill, the bottom will always be the top fill in further because you know it be trying to fall out. And I just I'm gonna show you a quick way to fix this. We're gonna cheat. All I'm gonna do is go fast, but I'm gonna be watching this side until I'm go where I'm flat at again. Up that side, you see it? We're letting it build up. Let me build up. Remember, all you doing is surface bead. Right here. Did you see what I did? I put it right there and I was just running nice, consistent, but fast. But I'm watching that yellow line, that double line. So as soon as I see where it's getting close to it, where it's like about to go over, I keep my speed up. So that's how you cheat it. And then I just pull it out because you ain't got to run the whole thing. But come check it out now. Now I gotta put one more on the other side. Well, you know what? I can just run it now. It's good now. Let me clean it up. Now check it out. So now we done filled it up. So now all we got to do is run the cap. So we're gonna let it cool down, fam. We're gonna come back about 5 minutes. We're gonna sit here and let it cool. And then we'll dive back in it. Because if we don't let it cool, you know what'll happen by us doing this cap?
It's gonna be real hot and gonna start melting.
No. The bead will still look good. What would it do?
It'll start looking real thick.
No. What would it do?
Just up on the edges.
Undercut.
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 Okay.
You gonna undercut it every time.
Undercut.
Listen, the weld will be good, but it's too hot.
Hot. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you let it cool some, and literally I was at this other plant at Lexicon, and while I was there visiting, the lady was having problems on the undercut on her last bead, the cap. And he told her, look how thick that is. Look how many passes you put down. When you get to that pass, jump over here on this other one and do some welding. Let that cool down, then fall back over there and put the cap, and then you done with it. You see what I'm saying? Because she wanted to finish it, but every time she did, like, man, I get undercut every time. It's too hot.
It's too hot.
Cause you gotta think, if it's 1 inch thick and you gotta put a rosebud on it, like to heat it up some, so that way you can weld on it, you got to let it rest.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let it rest, and then that way when I fall with the cap, we just run the surface beads, and it makes it easy. And you won't be like rushing, like, oh, and just pretty much do it all. So we'll let it, you can sit it down, let it rest, fam, and we'll come back over here in a second and let y'all check it out. While I set him up over here.
Sit.
Did that one already have it on there?
What? Nah,
What's been flipped? You didn't do something?
I put it on the stick. I ain't changed it.
Yeah,
I mean,
the same.
I ain't
What you need to do.
of course,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the only thing you need to do. That's the only
Right,
thing.
I went and found me some scrap.
Now, so just so y'all know, bro, you say you added alcohol. So if you need that any questions, he can tell you about that situation. That's what he's on right now.
1653 through the door, and once you finish out of the training, that's a little piece of bullshit. Yeah, I grab this. I'm just gonna take it right here and just cut the just shit. It's gonna be 3 weeks before I even see the floor.
Exactly.
I'm like, I ain't even know how to weld no more.
Yeah, y'all
I'm like,
every
damn.
time. Yeah, cause you learned
Man, I
everything
ain't
now.
no shit to watch videos today.
Yeah.
But like, we're gonna have to learn how to run a crane, man.
Yeah, everything.
I was like, the crowd was like, look, bro, I ain't ran shit with a pallet jack.
Listen,
I was
if you
but
can
I-
drive
but
a
you
diesel
show me.
truck, you can do it.
Yeah, I was like,
You can do it.
You show me how to do it. I was like, motherfucking crane? Like, all right then, man. Okay.
It's cool with him.
Yeah, it's dope, man. It was my birthday today.
Yes, I do, but I'm not live on it today, fam. I'm actually just on YouTube right now, but I will be on it tomorrow. I went live earlier today on YouTube. Thanks for checking in. Just want to say salute to everybody for checking in with me, fam. I really do appreciate the support. Learn all you can, fam. Learn all you can. That'll be my best advice. Say, fam, you can go on and straighten your stuff. Oh, you can watch him, but you can go on and straighten your stuff. It's about that time, yeah. We can call it a day, yeah. Stay a little later. I'm gonna be here for a second, man. So you good? How you think over there? Nah, I'm just telling him you can sum it up and wait. You know what I'm saying? It's almost over with now. I'm gonna stay here a little bit, let him burn some. Yeah, it's on. It sounds like it was.
Yeah, because it's on.
I think it sounds like it was.
Hey, man, just knowing how to, man. Yeah, a lot of information they get, but you're right, man. One thing, man, the fools can learn the blueprints. It's a whole nother ballgame. But that ain't shit, man. If you can learn that in 24 weeks, it's a lot of shit. Man,
But
it's a lot of shit. And then I guess it's so intimidating because that bitch be huge. It ain't like a little notebook paper.
But they ain't all what you're doing though. You focusing on, you know, by you looking at it. Yeah. They ain't all. You only got one small thing to focus on. Yeah. But when you look at it, that's the first thing anybody do is get intimidated. That's like looking at the world map and tell you memorize all the cities.
I thought it was what they call Egyptian. That's what that shit reminded me of. I'm like, damn, motherfucker over here. I'm like a pharaoh.
Yeah, fam, I'm letting it cool. Let it cool down real good. We'll come over here and we'll finish it out. It's literally hot. Woo. Boy, you sound like you own some money over there. You heard that, Carl? Sound like you did some money, boy. Man, it up. And I got it on high, so I got to cut this down. So I actually got it cut up higher.
You got, yeah.
I got it cut up higher than what it's supposed to be up here.
24 and what, 265 or something?
What?
On the machine. I kind of got it right now.
No, well, I changed. I think it's 2, because we dealing with that 1-inch coupon. I think I had it like at 280.
And then I got it wrote down in my truck in the glove box. Ain't nobody over here in case they like jump in it. I'm like, all right, I know what I need. 24, 265. Let's go. All right, you can't throw no curveball at me.
keep it in mind. That's gonna be a rule of thumb, you hear me?
I'm listening.
But you might have to change it. Every machine is different.
Right.
So, on one machine, that might be, like you see how that sound? That was perfect.
Right.
And look what we got on.
280, 24 and a half and 280.
It's like in there. So that's why every one is different.
And I see they just use numbers. So if I went 2G, would I keep it?
Yeah, 2G you
I can say it.
Yeah.
But once
Actually,
I go 4G, is
that's
when I
when you
gotta
gotta change it down.
Yeah.
See, normally, up and over is gonna be different than flat and horizontal. Keep that in mind. Flat and horizontal is only gonna be hot.
Right.
Than the other thing. Yeah, it's gonna be hotter. Yes, I think it's a great deal to get the AWS cert, especially if you're gonna be doing construction. Because outside, I mean, construction is God with that 7018, so you literally can get your AWS certs in your pocket and do construction now. Working for some companies, if you plan on working for certain companies doing fabrication, it really ain't gonna help you because most companies is gonna certify you under them. But in the field, though, it's different when you're dealing with construction and piping and things like that. So just keep that in mind, fam. Thanks for checking in, too, and answering that question. That was a good one. I'm going to let y'all see bro real quick while we doing this. I got bro over here practicing real quick. I wanted him to come in and burn some. And he's going uphill on flux core. So I'm going to actually let this cap cool down, and then we're going to finish it. Woo! Exactly. So I'm gonna have her do the same thing. So I need just come over here and just cut you 2 more pieces. And since you can do that too, whenever you get them, both of y'all can. Except these here. We gotta have 2. You start your overhead. It's the same thing. How I had you go all the way around with the uphill. I'm gonna have you do the same thing with the open. So that by the time you do it 1, 2, 3, we don't bring it all the way out. You pretty much got it. And then jump into it. Or you can start, you can do some more now. I'm gonna stay a little bit. I'm gonna stay a little bit. Okay, well, yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I ain't got nothing to do.
I got 2 jobs. I didn't even go to my second job.
Yeah, dude. You gonna leave and finish that tomorrow. We'll finish the first thing and then we'll make up that next one when you start the over.
Okay. Don't you gotta let me out, or I'm just gonna straight out the job?
You gonna straight out.
Okay.
You ain't leave nothing in the classroom, is you? Okay, well, you just gonna don't go and say, that door, they got sit there, just straight out the door.
If I ain't have to go to work, I'll finish it, but
Yeah, you got some. Yeah, I know. Part of you like this. I wish I could stay in there. So I'm gonna stay a little bit. I told him I was gonna stay and let him mess around today because he was started a new job. So that's my next class. So yeah, that's going down. That's the same thing I'm doing for him. Let y'all know I do it for y'all too. So it's the same way. When you need things out for the new job, I want to come and try something out for a while. Holler. But I know you're gonna be good.
You did it for other people while we was in class. I said you did it for other people.
Yeah, exactly. While you was in class, I'm gonna do everybody like that.
I was like, 24 days? It was like shit before we weld something? Like,
oh, and
man.
everybody been talking about that hood.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys.
I actually got some people in my people in AM class. So the one guy, he want a Power Ranger, but he want to make his orange. So that's his favorite color. So everybody love that, but he actually want to come up with a hog. He got a hog idea. But he ain't got a logo. He ain't have a logo or nothing. He just got an idea. But he likes the Power Ranger deal that you do.
I just gotta have all the details, like to see it, like a picture, or
I think you just gonna do what you doing.
Yeah. Let's see what I'm doing.
I think literally, I'm telling you what you should do. It's all on you. I'm just saying what a little bird about it.
Right.
Hey, Joe. Yes, man.
You ain't lying.
I'm just saying.
You ain't lying.
I ain't saying. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna talk. I ain't even gonna say it again. You ready?
And keep it
You
simple.
wanna go? No. Okay. I'm gonna go and do this cat. All right, fam. I think this can cool down enough, fam. I'm gonna go and do this cap. Man, I appreciate it, fam. I'm glad these videos can help you, fam. That's my goal. You got some more rods over there? Bring about 4 rods. I ain't got no more. I'm glad these videos I do can help you, fam. That's the goal. To really aid and assist people and help people win, get themselves in a better position in life. You still got the, okay, that's all I'm looking for.
Well, you.
All right, fam, we're gonna sum this up. You see, we let it cool, so it's always good to let it cool down some, so that way you can really fall into it. But as you see, you've been doing this, you've been running beads for a minute in the booth. It's just like running beads. You just gotta just be confident and make sure that you miss no steps. So I love to say this. When my other student that's holding the phone, he was doing it, he missed a couple steps. And what we say, just keep it simple and remember your steps.
Yep.
I'm gonna teach you how to do things 1, 2, 3, 4. If you mess around and go 1, 3, 5, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Keep the steps and keep it simple, fam, and I swear you're gonna win every time. All right, let's go. Woo! We dropped it. So as you see, all I did was ride it. And literally, fam, all I did was ride it. I let it cool, and you look to the side, there's no undercut. See that, don't you? And you see how uniform the bead is? That's because we allow it to cool. So you see how important it is to let it cool and cool off? Because it'll make it look good, everything will be formatted right. What you think about it?
Oh, yeah, that's good. It look like money.
Huh?
It look like money.
Look like money?
Yes, sir.
What that song say, if it look like money, it feel like money, it might be some money, y'all. I'm just talking stuff. So literally, fam, all you doing now, your goal is remember, you're coming straight in, but you're focusing on the toe of the previous weld. Never forget that. Don't, if you drop a bead and you drop another one and you can see that whole weld, that means you missed a step. That means you forgot to tie into your previous weld. That never changes. I don't care if you TIG, MIG, stick, what you doing, you gotta tie into your previous weld all the time. Don't never leave no gap, never. So keep that in mind, fam. And as you see, every time I'm running, my slag is falling off. So that means my travel speed is consistent. That means my travel speed is consistent, and I'm keeping it tight, and the surface that I'm welding on is clean. So that's what that means. And look at that. That slag will just fall right off. And I ain't even cleaned it yet. A little fell down the shirt. Now we're finna tie in the next one. All we doing is keeping it tight, man.
I said, I ain't shit because my teeth ain't shit. Shit, they need to come on with it.
You ready for it?
Man, I'm ready. I don't need to be sitting in that chair.
But you know what? That's what's gonna help you out. The more you do that, and then you, like you say, you come in here and do this, man, that'll just help you out. It's gonna put you a step ahead of everybody. As long as you keep putting the work ethic in, you'll be all right. All right, fam, we got our last one. Let's rock and roll. I had to slow down back there. I had to slow down back there. I was like, you know, slow down. I got this piece of rod. I went with one more. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna slow down. You see it steady dropping.
Yeah.
So anytime you see a spot where if it's not filling, you literally got to slow down to make it fill. Pretty much clean it up, let it cool off. And that's pretty much, fam, what it is. You see, we did a couple minutes, let it cool off. Went over a couple of steps, and I ain't even cleaned it yet. And it's filled up. It ain't underfilled and it ain't overfilled. Nice, good bead. I'm gonna clean it up with the wire brush. But that's pretty much it, fam. You see how long it take us pretty much to do that. How long it take us to do that? About 30 minutes?
Yep.
And see, fam, we wasn't rushing, and you got a nice good one. And just keep in mind, the more you do these, the better you get. The better you get, the more you do, the better you get. So the main thing I would say, and just remember, like I love to say, angle, gap, travel speed. Those are three things you can control. As long as the rods are good and the machine amperage are set right, you can control the rest of it. So y'all be blessed. We got this thing. Hold on.